Hey folks, this is BestInSlot, and in tonight's video for Jurassic World Evolution 2, we're going to go over every single confirmed and sort of confirmed dinosaur coming to the game. Now, as of last night, if you missed that video, there's a bunch of new species, we'll get to those as well. And if you've not been keeping up to date for the past couple of weeks, the species list has shot up. We're up to 29 now, if you include everything, which is pretty crazy. So I'm going to show you all 29 of those in this video and explain where they came from. There is a lot to cover, so we're going to make it quite snappy for each individual species. And it is worth mentioning that there's 29, but only 3 of them are new. I assume Frontier are kind of like holding back the good stuff for a little bit, but let's get started. First up, we have the 5 dinosaurs, the creme de la creme of gameplay for these dinosaurs. We've seen them in species field guides, one of which was Brachiosaurus, returning from every Jurassic Park game ever made. We actually learned something interesting about Brachiosaurus last night in the stream, and that is apparently there is some behaviour associated with Brachiosaurus' immense size that they haven't yet showcased in the game. I think it might be like a defensive stomp or something, but we'll have to wait and see. Amargasaurus, another sauropod, was one of 3 brand new species we've seen so far in total. Much smaller than the Brachiosaurus, more Nigesaurus in size, very distinctive row of spikes, and the only dinosaur we've seen so far emerge from a hatchery along with another member of the same species in a really cool little animation. Speaking of cool animations, we have Stegosaurus, which has possibly the best animation in the game. During its species field guide, we of course saw the Stegosaurus rolling around on the ground. In the words of the developers, the idea was to show it cleaning itself, knocking dust off, knocking bugs off, stuff like that, getting itself ready for a night on the town. The first of the species field guides we saw was for Triceratops, that kicked off the whole shebang, looking a little tougher this time, a little bigger, and with some beautiful new textures. Triceratops was a really good way of showcasing how Evolution 2 is going to push the styling of these dinosaurs that are coming back from Evolution 1 in a whole new direction. And our 5th and final species field guide is for Coelophysis, the only carnivore that's yet to receive one, and the most popular species field guide as voted for by you folks at home over here on my channel. Coelo is pretty cool. We saw a very nice new behaviour, we saw a little social interaction, and we also got our first look at goat hunting. And Coelophysis really put its best foot forward with the species field guide, showcasing new colours and new patterns that make the dinosaur look a lot better than it had done in the past. Just as confirmed as the species field guides, although slightly less content, we've got a whole bunch of species here that we've seen footage of or seen screenshots of, even if they didn't get their own video. One of the first dinosaurs we saw was the return of Nasutoceratops. Of course, it also featured in Battle at Big Rock, another ceratopsid, really showing the increase in more than anything texture quality between Evolution 1 and Evolution 2. Tyrannodont, of course, makes its return. It has changed a little bit from the last game into this one. In the last game, it was based on the Jurassic Park 3 Tyrannodont. In the new one, it's based on the Jurassic World Tyrannodont, as you can see by the much smaller crest, if nothing else. Personally, I'm a bigger fan of the JP3 Tyrannodont, so I'm hoping, both are in the game and we'll be able to choose between the two. It's worth mentioning, of course, Tyrannodont will be part of a brand new custom aviary system. We've got a bit of an idea of how that will work, but not quite all the details yet. Couldn't have a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World game without T-Rex. Rexy has returned. She's popped up quite a few times already in several different things. She's looking fantastic. The kangaroo pose seems to be gone. Again, there's an increase in textures. She's looking closer to that original Jurassic Park model. And very cool, the article writer mentioned that he saw 2 T-Rexes emerging from a hatchery together, which sounds like it's going to be an awesome animation. I cannot wait to see that. The final of our 3 new species is the Mosasaurus, also like the aviaries joining a brand new system of lagoons, which we assume are custom made. We have even less information on the lagoons at this point in time. Now Frontier have of course confirmed the Mosasaurus, but all we've seen of it so far was this little clip at the end of the reveal trailer for the game as it swims past, so definitely not much on the Mosa yet, but we know it's on the way, and very excited to see how this lagoon system is going to play out. Gallimimus was an obvious return, thanks to its presence in the films, but it has indeed made it back. Only got confirmed very recently by a German games magazine, which I'm pretty sure I'm now subscribed to for the rest of my life, because I don't know how I'm going to cancel it. We did get better images of it last night though, thanks to Jens on the stream, and we can see it's had a nice texture update, but really the skin has also changed to be a little bit more in line with the original Jurassic Park. Dracorex has popped up in the developer diary, definitely the most surprising return for me personally, maybe just 'cause I'm not a big fan of Dracorex, but Dracorex is essentially a younger pachycephalosaurus, and I think it was on a lot of people's lists of dinosaurs to get cut, if any dinosaurs were going to get cut, something I'm becoming very unsure of. What wasn't ever going to get cut is Velociraptor. Now, I was not a big fan of Velociraptor back in Evolution, as you may remember, but it has returned with a bevy of beautiful new skins. It looks leagues above what we had in Evolution already, and hopefully they'll make it even better by including some of those movie skins that were added via Return to Jurassic Park. Another movie dinosaur made an appearance in Pachycephalosaurus. We saw some new colours, some new skins, as it wandered around at the bottom of the screen. It wasn't the most important thing on the image. There was a rock and it rotated, and that was very exciting, but Pachycephalosaurus is pretty cool as well. Returning from the first game, although not big on the canon itself, the plodicus was spotted very briefly in the developer diary, kind of crouching away in the corner, hiding behind some of the larger sauropods. You can just about make out the raised sort of vertebral column and those spines along the back. Similarly, we got a very small glimpse of Cosmosaurus walking through some water, very faint and in the distance, but definitely a Casmo. You can tell by that very prominent crest. Casmo's pretty interesting because it looks like it's been shrunk down a little bit. The last game had a problem with ceratopsids all being huge and all being the same size, so hopefully Cosmosaurus is indicative of that being changed. We have another ceratopsid as well via taurosaurus, this time in much better image quality, nice and up close. We saw several different skins as they got into their little cultist circle and discussed what they wanted to do about the Casmo problem, I'm sure. Corythesaurus, another movie dinosaur, this time from Jurassic Park 3, is also returning. I'd expect most of the all of the movie dinosaurs really, to pop up. The main thing we saw for Corythesaurus was a brand new skin where it looks like it's gone a round or two with Swamp Thing, basically. It's beautiful if you're into that kind of thing. Now for some of the dinosaurs that were seen yesterday. Baryonyx was already confirmed by an article we'll talk about in a little bit, but this was the first time seeing it in action. A group of 5 of them, way above their usual social limit, wandering around a wetland sort of environment. Very exciting. Following that up, we also saw Parasol, another classic movie dinosaur, and we think we spotted it last week in the dev diary, but you know, this was nice, proper confirmation. Saw the Parasol up close and confirmed. So if you missed last night's stream, those are the 2 dinosaurs we saw proper in-game visual representation of, but there are a few more to come. And the first of those to come is Kentrosaurus. There is a brief image during the, I'm going to call it a scientist species field guide, and you can see that they are doing research on armoured herbivores in the Tendaguru beds. It's the only armoured herbivore found there, but you can even see a Kentrosaurus in the top right corner as well. So Kentrosaurus definitely on the way. These next few are definitely confirmed, but we're starting to get a little bit iffier. We don't have visual representation of these dinosaurs. An Andrew Rayner article for Game Informer had an early look at the game and he saw several dinosaurs and jotted some down. He saw, as well as some of the ones already confirmed, Acrocanthosaurus, Allosaurus, Ankylosaurus and Camarasaurus. All 4 dinosaurs I think we can put on the confirmed list. It seems very unlikely that he would randomly think of Acrocanthosaurus if he hadn't seen it in some context for Jurassic World Evolution 2. So those 4 are going on the confirmed list as well. Just 5 to go and it's getting a little bit iffier. Homalocephali, Stygimoloch, Dryosaurus. All 3 I would expect to return, but we don't have proper confirmation. What you're looking at again is an image from last night's stream. These are the other dinosaurs we're taking from last night's stream, and in the background, in the UI, hiding behind the frontal detail, we can see some silhouettes of some small herbivore dinosaurs. They've all been grouped together as small herbivores. In that list is definitely the symbol for Homalocephali, Stygimoloch and Dryosaurus. Now these 3 do come with a caveat. This UI is definitely, in some respects, still being worked on, still a bit of a placeholder. We can't say for sure they've made it into the game. I would be surprised if any of these dinosaurs get cut. Stygimoloch in particular seems like a shoo-in. I'd be surprised if any of them get cut though. It seems most of the dinosaurs are making it in from the old game. And furthermore, I think it would be odd to use a placeholder image of a dinosaur that is no longer going to make it into the game in the first place. So, whilst I can't stamp these 3 and say definitely confirmed, I'd say it's a pretty bloody good chance. That same philosophy sort of extends to these final two dinosaurs then, Nigesaurus and Albertosaurus. Both of these were seen on this image from the dev diary, and it's just showing us our different guests and their different modes and their different needs. Now, Camarasaurus was already confirmed via the Andrew Rayner article. Nigesaurus and Albertosaurus both have images here, but these images are confirmed already as placeholders. 100% these are placeholders. You may recognise them, these are quite memorable images from the first game, so again my belief on this is that they wouldn't include and then publicly show placeholder images of dinosaurs that aren't going to make it into the game. I think that would be a little bit weird. But again, I'd say these are slightly less, these are the least likely two of the bunch we've seen so far. I would still bet money on them making it into the game, and I have thoughts about how basically every dinosaur is going to make it into the game by the looks of things, we'll see. But the point is, it's definitely not 100% confirmed. I'm more like 75 to 80% at this point in time. And that's it, folks. All 29 confirmed and semi-confirmed dinosaurs. So the 5 from yesterday, just to recap in case you did miss that video yesterday, is Baryonyx, Parasol, Homalocephale, Stygimoloch, and Dracorex. 2 of those seen, and 3 of those seen via the UI elements in the background. Oh, and Kentrosaurus, 6. There you go, little treat there at the end. The list has filled out really quickly. It's kind of just got a much bigger without me even realising it. 29 is not that far off what was the complete roster for the first game, before DLC, etc. What you're looking at now is that total list if you want this for your own uses. Herbivores in green, carnivores in, well, pink, basically. Flying creatures in yellow, and aquatic reptiles in blue. As you can see from the list, we're sorely lacking in the flyers and the aquatics, and in the carnivores as well. Herbivores are dominating the day right now. But that's it from me. We didn't really learn anything else in yesterday's stream. There was some little hints dropped here and there about some stuff, but nothing warranting like a whole news video or an in-depth discussion on. So I thought we'd sum up everything we've learned so far, because there's a lot of dinosaurs. It is a surprisingly hefty list. I think it can be quite easy to forget just how many dinosaurs we've seen already. Anyways, I'm gonna go plod it on for far too long now. It's Saturday, watch my video, like my video, then go enjoy your weekend. Hope you've all had a lovely one so far. I'll be back on Monday. I'll see you lovely folks then. Thanks for joining me. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.